In 1876, the people who called the Rocky Mountains home can be seen in old photographs from a time when Colorado was on the cusp of statehood. The state's rugged and Western heritage is made up of millions of stories, many of them lost in the past. But today, there's an effort to capture Colorado's modern stories 150 years later.
So for this year's sesquicentennial, we are aiming to add 150 stories to the History Colorado collection.
That fancy word Dr. Kim Kennedy White just used is a reference to the America 250 Colorado 150 Commission effort to celebrate the state's statehood with America's birthday. The commission, made up of leaders from Colorado, is launching many projects like documentaries, films, exhibits, and oral histories. Dr. Kennedy White is aiming to collect 150 oral histories from all over Colorado by the end of this year.
Because as you know, we live in such a diverse state, both geographically and its people. And so going out and finding out what's important to each of these counties, each of these areas, what's their identity.
The project is called A Portrait of Colorado at 150. For now, 36 people have been recorded, like Mel Silva from Ignacio in southern Colorado.
So like in the school in Ignacio, I don't ever remember a day where there wasn't a fight or two or three, ever. I mean, it was just that kind of a place.
To artist Pamela Webb.
I think my first apartment on Capitol Hill was $145 a month.
That is very cheap.
If you can imagine. And that was a studio apartment by myself.
To musician Mark Bleesner.
Colorado was always considered this musical backwater, and we really couldn't get people to take us that seriously.
And then once you start listening to their stories, it's like an onion that just sort of unfolds, and the layers get deeper and deeper. And I think what's most important about it is it helps us understand who Coloradans are today. Because historically, it's wonderful to embrace our history and learn about ourselves, but it really is too about who are we now in this moment at 150 years.
Stories are always cool. You can help contribute to this oral history project called A Portrait of Colorado at 150. We'll have a link on 9news.com in the next few minutes on how you can get involved, share your own family's oral history that can be part of this collection. So very interesting project. Oral history is very important, especially our families, and I always regret not recording some of my family members.
Yeah.
So the time to do it is now.
Truly, and oral history, especially for communities where you were totally excluded or misrepresented in history, you know, black and brown communities. If you don't have oral history, sometimes you don't have any at all.
Absolutely. I mean, the mainstream people who are covering history often exclude those folks. So it's good to kind of go out there, record your families, get them on tape, put up your iPhone and send it in.
Is there anyone, before we let you go, that they're specifically looking for?
They're looking all over the state.
Okay.
They're asking for people to contribute, to send in a form, give them ideas. So they have a lot of work to do. They have 36 recordings. They have more than 100 to go.
Okay, Jeremy, thank you.